Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Welcome to another Lucky Hit podcast.
What are we doing?
Episode number 46. How about I do this in the style of Ico? To the whole podcast.
Yeah.
We can carry that on for an hour.
Yeah, I want to see
two.
someone do like an English mod of that. It's just like, hurry up, you fucking mag.
Oi!
Oi!
I've got this stick, I'll fucking bash you. I'll bash your skulls in.
Get a move on, darling. Come
Oh
on.
yeah, love.
On the end. It's rough around here. Right.
Ico in East London.
Right. Hello, welcome to another Lucky Hit podcast
Hey.
with me, Murry Curry.
Flattheyounger.
And Gagaman.
And Flattheyounger.
Feisty Prince is over there as well.
Yeah.
Five Shenmue is sort of.
In the vicinity.
This is episode 46 of
Hey.
the Lucky Hit podcast.
That's half of 92.
That's 223 to someone, is it?
What?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
It's just 46, right? It's just 46.
It's just 46.
Let's have a song.
Mean anything? It's just a 46.
Let's have a song, and then we're gonna have
Another
hell of
song.
a rocking show for you.
Are we going to have a sing song?
No.
Oh,
And we are back.
Hey. That was Run or Die by Revenge of
Or both.
Shinobi.
By Revenge of Shinobi.
Run, then die. Yeah, very good song. It's good old Yuzo Kukuko, who does,
Ego
every
Hero.
good game song of that era. And then some a bit later on down the line. He's a genius. I admire geniuses such
I
as...
love the soundtrack to Revenge of Shinobi. It's quite a it stands out, doesn't it?
Mm.
It's definitely like you definitely recognise.
He does the
song
Streets of
generally.
Rage music, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yuzo Koshiro, doesn't
Yeah.
he do...
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Does he do Golden Axe?
No.
Ah. Ah.
Oh.
You know what we also did? The 8-bit version of Sonic 1. So like Bridge Zone and all that.
Oh, right.
Alright.
Yeah, that was him as well.
That's
Yeah.
Mario.
That's Mario.
Shit. How does Bridge Zone go? Oh yeah, no, it's Janet Jackson, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one.
Not Mario. Fucking idiot.
And yeah, we picked that one because it's on a train.
Yep. It's also in another part of the game, but
So that's the whole reasoning. You're on a train. On
Yeah.
that
oh
level.
yeah,
Okay, that works
You're
for
on
us.
a plane or a train or automobile.
Automobane.
Yeah. I just thought before we get onto the news, I thought we'd just like to talk about like how well the last week went on London. Basically, like really, really pleased with like how well, in particular, like War Thunder went down.
Yeah.
Basically, been amazing, hasn't it? Like just them couple of days.
Yeah, I mean,
I
we're
think
very.
That's
we're very
Mr.
small.
Robert Shaw for you. The guy's a genius.
He's actually amazing. I was
Yeah,
still
we're,
He has a
we're,
brilliant little
stunned
team
by that
as well.
video.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're very
Yeah,
grassroots.
Which I want to be part
channel.
of. Sorry, Tom.
Sorry, yeah. We're very sort of grassroots channel, so it's it's quite surprising when a video takes off really for us.
Yeah.
And yeah, like these aren't exactly big figures, but they're certainly enough to make put smiles on our faces.
Mm.
But we got like in a matter of a couple of days, we got a good 1,500 views and about 50 subscribers, and just loads of positive feedback, and that's just fantastic. So thanks, people.
Yeah, the video
Hope you stick
got
around.
98 likes.
Hey,
Last time looking.
fantastic.
So that's pretty
Obviously,
Yeah,
you get
3
dislikes.
dislikes.
Yeah, that always happens when you get a popular video.
Yeah.
Like if your video is kind of semi-unpopular, it gets just likes.
Do you think?
Really
Do you think
weird.
it's people with channels that have like 5 views per video just go no channel?
You do have to wonder why there is like an unlike button.
I don't know. Maybe people just really don't like Rob. They just look at his face and go, "What a bellend." Not me, of course. Nah, I'm joking. I like Rob. He's cool.
So yeah, Planes, Trains and Automobiles has gone off to a nice start.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got obviously the War Thunder review as well as Joff's Transport Tycoon versus Railways video. That's already doing pretty well as well.
I'll tell you what, that particular video, Joff's one, was just excellent sort of locations.
Yeah.
Like
That
that
was-
director of photography he knew what he was doing. Whoever that was, I think it was probably Kyle. Wasn't
It was
it?
Kyle, yeah.
Yeah, Kyle did all the camera work. as far as
Kudos,
I know.
Kyle.
Yeah,
That was
I love
very
stuff. Even just the scenes where he's just walking down,
Yeah.
like with the train in the
You get to
background.
see a CTC train. I noticed. I hope I'm not wrong in this assumption, but I think a lot of it is sort of up by Hadley Castle way. you
It
know,
looks
all that.
like it
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be.
It's
A
good.
bit of a local landmark here in Essex.
Yeah, or Hadley stack of bricks, as I call it,
Hadley stack of bricks.
because it's literally like 4 bricks in a field. It's a castle. It was a billion years ago.
Yeah, it's a bit of a castle. Like 10% of it. Or 5, I don't know.
We also have the longest pier in the world, or we did before it kept getting set on fire.
All crashed into.
Yeah.
Crashed
It's
into.
still the
by-
longest pier in the world, but there's nothing on it.
Yeah, it keeps getting crashed into by lit matches.
We've got the longest obstacle in the world. The longest obstruction to open water.
It's killing millions of fish. I doubt there's any fish in those waters. Probably a few jellyfish and some bacteria, but
And a trolley.
not much
or
else.
two.
The old boot.
The trolley.
Boot.
Anyway,
Used
slightly off
condoms.
topic there, just talking about
Southend is a
landmarks that hardly
shithole.
anyone knows about.
But you know, in that video, it made Southend look beautiful.
Yeah, that's quite a thing.
Well, Lee. Lee already
Yeah,
is
Lee.
kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for the fantastic support and the feedback and the kindness.
Yeah, hope you all stick around.
Please
And
do.
listen to the
Kindness
podcast.
goes a long
Please
way.
stay around.
Tell your mates, we've got crisps.
We have got a lot. Well, hope we should have a few more videos coming out for this month yet as well.
Yep.
Like I'm planning one that I'll hopefully get working on in about a week or so. So that should hopefully be up
I'm trying
by the
to,
end of the month.
I'm trying to get some more music out as well, just like some little bits. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of sort of seeing if the other guys want to use any of my bits of music. You know, like Rob's team, if they ever want
Yeah.
a bit of instrumental or whatever.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
And
I'm trying to think of ones that sound a bit plainy or trainy or automobilesy.
Plainy or trainy.
Yeah.
I've got some plainy training tracks for you.
This one's a bit plainy, mate. Yeah, a bit plainy.
Yeah. I think we've Lewis the plainy joke.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's
What was that?
some more content coming from me when I'm kind of struggling with some personal health issues at the moment. One thing after the other. Things.
Tom's got diarrhea
Sure, that's
We'll go with that.
of the brain.
on the brain. Oh, I've got a dribbly brain. dribbly brain. Okay, so yeah, it's just.
I guess
sorry-
one.
Sorry, that wasn't too enthusiastic there. But yeah, thank you very much.
Just one thing I also want to put out as well is I'm going to have to do a little bit of a hiatus on Gaga Cherry for a little while, just because one, I need to finish off this work I've been on, and two, I want to work on at least one video, hopefully two, for Planes, Trains and Automobiles month. So I really want to focus on them this month. And
That's cool.
I was really trying to get like Gaga and Cherry episodes done in advance, but I've actually got to the point where like the last episode that just went out, I only got it edited like a day before, so like, I'm quite behind. So I kind of need to like get a load done and then probably come back to it. At the latest, probably start of January, I should think. Well, by then I should have quite a few built up.
Well, I think that's what we need to do is build up a backlog so that we can.
Yeah, that is the current plan. I mean,
Let's get
that's
on
what
with
we've
it
been
then,
doing
Tom.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. Me and Tom have got a bit of a backlog coming up.
Yep.
And
Lucky
to-
Plays is going to be a big thing.
I wanted to keep it a secret.
I'm not saying what the game is, I'm just saying that we're going to start doing
Oh, we're going to start playing games.
We're going to start playing video games.
That's out there now.
On
The
our
YouTube
channel.
gaming channel's going to start playing some games.
What we should do is
Twisting our arm.
we should pick one popular game, half name ourselves after it, and probably a popular snack food like let's just say.
Muller Corner.
I was trying to think of a popular game. Assassin's Creed, right? So we can call ourselves Creed Crisps.
Creed.
Or Slender Corner.
Slender Corner. That sounds
How
like
about
that sounds
How about Assassin's Jew?
Jew.
Mountain Jew.
Oh, Dew. I
Dew.
thought you were being offensive.
Assassin's Jew.
Oy vey, gotta go kill a guy. I was taking the piss out of Yogscast. Yogurts and Minecraft.
Yogurts.
I presume that's
And what else
they
does
named it.
Yogs mean?
I have no idea.
It's probably Scandinavian for talentless wankers.
I'm sick of seeing them everywhere at the moment.
Yeah.
Ubisoft are obsessed with them now, aren't they? Keep using them.
Well, only for minor events though.
No, I mean like they've done some kind of promotion thing. with
Ah.
Assassin's Creed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a Minecraft channel, but I don't know.
Apparently not. Surprise, surprise, you can't just talk about Minecraft forever. Well, you can, but...
Well, some people
About
can.
Minecraft forever. Let's start talking about Minecraft.
Back in your cage.
What about like about all the weird flowers that they keep introducing and stuff?
There's a new update coming out where they're gonna bring out rope and rohypnol. And
And ladies.
You're the
And ladies.
ladies.
one day you'll be able to craft a van as well. And just you'll be able to dye the words "free ice cream" on the side.
You just block. It's always blocked though. It's
Yeah.
just
There we go, I've completed
It's
my
got square wheels.
Here's my castle, complete with punishment dungeon.
Well, there's not. It's just punishment dungeon. Yeah, I built a punishment dungeon.
It's a very, very big punishment dungeon. Anyway.
Yeah. Yogscast don't like them. So let's try and trail back to where we were. We were talking about Minecraft, Yogscast, and before that we were talking about... What were we talking about? I genuinely forgot.
Our channel.
Oh, who wants to talk about that?
Yeah.
Who?
Let's talk about Yogscast
What channel?
instead.
What?
Who were lucky hit?
Bunch of swell guys.
Sounds like fucking Shenmue.
Yeah.
Or probably just Shenmue related. No, don't bother with them. They'll probably just whinge about Shenmue 4.
I have a little bit of
What?
Shenmue related news,
Oh,
by
do
the
you?
way. Kind
Okay.
of.
Cool, let's bring it back on track. Go on.
Yeah,
this is the news.
Bing bong.
Bing bong. Now I don't know what the website's called off the top of my head, but like a Shenmue fan site actually had an interview this week with Yu Suzuki.
Probably is.
With
Probably
Yu
is.
Suzuki.
What's
And
that?
with
Ooh.
Yu Suzuki, they had an interview with Yu Suzuki. How many times
They had
did
an
you say
interview
Yu
Suzuki.
Interviews.
They had an interview
good.
ski.
Now it's Russian.
Oh, yeah.
We're here to interview ski.
Yeah, Yu Suzuki.
Yeah, having you. So,
Shenmue ski.
what's the news?
Basically, they just had a little chat about him about like you know
Shenmue 3.
how Shenmue was made and all that, and yeah, basically why they haven't like got round to it yet, and it's basically a budget thing. It's
Oh, it's a
basically a
budget
budget thing. Basically, Yu Suzuki wants to make. He basically wants the game
He
to
wants
be
to bankrupt
really
them again.
expensive. Yeah, he wants to make it really expensive.
I'm not making this
basically.
game unless we get
He's
completely
saying,
bankrupted.
he's saying if it's like if they compromise on the budget, then it won't be good enough. So-
Basically, they don't want to Duke Nukem Forever. They don't
Yeah.
want people to get so hyped up and so ready and then produce a load of old shit. And
Yeah.
people just go,
They don't want to
"Whoa,
rush out something.
let's
either.
get on the forums, clacky, 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 fuck, fuck, fuck. Because, you know, Duke Nukem 3D was envelope pushing, but, like, you know, the envelope's already been well and truly pushed of the first-person shooter genre, so what can they do? You know, Duke Nukem Forever was never going to be good. Just like how Shenmue 3, they're really going to have to try very hard to make it anything spectacular, like Shenmue 1 and 2.
I think what
Yeah,
they,
the problem is it's not Sega, like, you know, hyping it up, it's the fans.
yeah, basically.
It's the fans going,
But
yeah, no, it was the
basically,
fans.
Suzuki's
It was the
saying
fans that hyped
if
up.
he got the
Yeah,
chance,
thingy
if
as
he
well.
had the budget
Yeah.
and the time, you know, like if it came up like tomorrow, he would work on it. He still really wants to make a new Shenmue.
Yeah.
It's not like he's given up on it. Or
I'm
anything.
just going to tell the world now that, like, if it's not perfect, shut up, don't whinge. It's going to be very difficult to make it as breathtakingly, ball-baggingly amazing as the first two games were.
ball-baggingly.
Ball-baggingly.
And
You know
another-
what I
That's
mean?
going to be your
It's just-
review.
it's
9
gonna be
out of
really-
10. It was ball-baggingly amazing.
9 out of 10.
My ball-bag.
IGN.
The other thing he mentioned as well is like even if he does like eventually get to make Shenmue 3, it won't wrap up the story because he doesn't want to squeeze it all into one.
Well,
last
it's a
game.
it-
He basically
it's a
reckons-
four-parter,
Wasn't
isn't
it going to be 4 games?
He reckons that if he got to make the game his way, like the way he wants to pace the story out, it would take till Shenmue 5 to complete the story. So basically, all these people were begging for Shenmue 3. That if it did actually happen, and then that was the only one that came out, then they'd start begging for 4,
Yeah.
and then 5.
Oh,
Basically, yeah. So basically, he's gonna try it. If it ever
Spoiler.
does happen.
He kills Landy. I hope.
Sorry.
No, he finds out that Landy is his real father.
Well, there was all those like images that came out like when they did that conference, didn't they? Where they showed all like the really early stuff and back when it was like a Virtua Fighter RPG and
Yeah.
stuff, and they had all that artwork of like where the whole story was going to go across, like Asia. It was going to go right across, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they had all that artwork.
He's going to end up in America, isn't he?
No wonder.
Real in America. Why is everything
Oh,
all...
in the USA!
Why is everything so shiny and dripping with fat?
What?
America. Well, he goes from Japan, which is a relatively, you know, rural, everybody eats rice and behaves himself. Then China, where it's more... And then he gets to America where everyone's like, hey buddy, have a cheeseburger.
He's really used to that with the hot dog guy.
You've
True,
got a very
true,
warped opinion of America. Hey buddy, have a cheeseburger. They pull that out of their top shirt pocket.
Yep.
Hey buddy. Boop, boop, boop. Jesus Christ. You should try a coffee.
The coffee.
I got pockets full of coffee. You should try one.
He just snaps his pocket. There you go.
I think a lot of people, like, whenever they see this stuff come out, they go, oh, you Suzuki should just kickstart it. And it's like, I don't think that's really how Kickstarter works. I don't think any major game studio could just jump on there and put a game on there.
I mean, they could, but their credibility would just plummet.
Yeah, I can't really see that because it is basically just begging, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's like, you know,
think
people really jumped on Zach Braff, and rightly so, because he wanted to make a film from Kickstarter, didn't he?
Oh,
and he's already a famous actor, and people were just like, no, fuck you, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I mean, like arguably the biggest like game project on there was that one that Double Fine did. I think it was called Broken Age.
I'm trying to think. There was.
They did that reaction
did
video.
That managed to make like a couple million.
Yeah.
I think it was like $2 million.
There was another big one. I can't remember who it was now, but was it the Fallout guys? They were.
What, Obsidian?
Maybe.
I think so. I think they were getting.
I know. Was it Harmonix? They did an Amplitude one, didn't they?
They got that.
That kind of semi went alright, I think.
Yeah.
They did get a lot of flack for that. Right?
I can understand if Harmonix do it because they're not really, as far as I know, they're not doing a lot these days.
They just did that. They just did that Fantasia game, didn't they?
Didn't they pretty much sell out to Neversoft?
Well, no, they sold
Guitar Hero. No, they split off and did Rock Band, didn't they?
Yeah.
I thought that was really clever what they did there because they sold Guitar Hero. And then they just went ahead and carried on making the same stuff.
Well, yeah, but
I just did it better.
Yeah, they did it with the drums and everything as well.
Yeah. But they still sold off that name, and look how crap that went after that, because obviously it's Neversoft and they don't make very good games.
Decision involved.
I remember
just got off the whole Activision thing, I guess.
Yeah, I remember when I first played Guitar Hero 3, I was not overly impressed with it.
Yeah.
They went in a very weird
Guitar
direction.
Hero 2 was brilliant.
Yeah.
And then the Rocks the 80s expansion was just
incredible.
Wow. And then 3 tried too hard, but also just didn't really work all that well. Like you can do, obviously, if you're skilled enough, you can work around the fact that the timing is just pants.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't have to. Your guitar skills shouldn't be tested by an incorrectly calibrated game.
Yeah,
are you good at guitar? Now try playing it when it doesn't work.
Yeah, with like Shenmue, people were saying, oh, if they put it on Kickstarter, they'd make like $20 million. Like, no, they wouldn't.
I think they would get a lot, but I don't know.
I don't think they'd get enough. I don't think they'd make enough to make a new Shenmue.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know how much money goes into.
It would cost.
I don't know how much money goes into the Yakuza games. I know it's obviously nothing like Shenmue, but it's the closest thing to a Shenmue style game, I guess you could say. Because I mean, like even the latest ones have like full arcade games in them. In fact, the next one that's coming out on PS4, I think it's like a prequel or something, and it's set in the 80s.
Oh yeah,
It actually has Outrun and Hang On and stuff like that. Exactly like Shenmue, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, I don't know what's really going on with that. Because like the Yakuza games, they make them quite often. I think they come out like every other year, pretty much. We haven't had any for a little while now, Sega. But
it's fucking irritating because they are looking really good.
I think that's the other thing with like, you know, funding Shenmue. Like they can't even be. I think Sega are just kind of struggling at the moment, and they can't even. They don't even localize Yakuza because it doesn't sell enough. So
they make a lot of weird decisions. Like
they always
instead of doing what people demand, like remaking things like Streets of Rage and stuff, they'll just bring out another, like, I don't know, what does Sega do nowadays?
Not
they
give
us fucking meat.
They gave us like, they just gave us like, they've only released like 4 games this year. I think one of them was that Alien Isolation. It turned out to be really good. They didn't even release that. Bayonetta 2, they didn't even release that. No, they it technically got cancelled and then Nintendo jumped in and funded it. So, I mean, it's still Sega's IP, but Nintendo published the sequel.
I can live without it.
I don't know, it looks alright to me.
Tits may cry.
Tits May Cry. Stop liking it to Devil May Cry. It's platinum.
I'll
games.
stop liking it to Devil May Cry when it stops being Devil May Cry. She even looks like Dante when she's got short hair. You know, the new incarnation of Dante who looks
Yeah, well,
like
the thing
a
is, I
fucking
hate
emo.
Devil May Cry. I don't mind Bayonetta. Sorry, I mean,
Yeah, exactly. I played all the way through.
Alright, why don't you find a
and
good
I
medium
never got
between
on
the
with
two? Metal
Devil
Gear Rising.
I didn't really overly like that either. I have to say I'm not big on Platinum games. I think they're games
I
are a bit
must admit,
weird.
I don't know. A lot of them I have trouble getting on with. Like Mad World, I didn't really get on with. Anarchy Reigns, I couldn't get on with at all. I played it
That
for
looks
an
a bit
hour.
odd, that game.
Yeah, I didn't get on with that at all.
Yeah.
But Bayonetta, I actually ended up like platinum in. Like I really got into that for some reason.
I don't
can't
get that. I
remember.
don't see why so many of my friends like it. Well,
Seems alright to me.
apart from the female protagonist, you bunch of queers.
I don't know. Yeah, it just hooked me for some reason. I
Get
don't know
more
why.
skimpy! Lowering the tone.
There's a friend of ours, isn't there, Phil? A friend of mine, who
A friend of mine.
who always has to play as a female character in every game he plays.
This same anonymous friend we mentioned last week.
It just annoys the hell out of me because I used to call him up on it all the time. I was going, why are you playing the fucking girl? He'd be like, but now
Equality, Tom, obviously.
but now I just kind of ignore it. I just watch it. I just personally, I think it's a bit weird.
You
to
climb up
always-
that
you know,
ladder.
to always play as a female protagonist in a game every single time, I just find it a bit odd if you're a guy. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but
No, it is odd.
you know, there are certain games where it just doesn't really matter.
Yeah, like, okay, if you're playing the new Borderlands, that's understandable
Yeah,
because
there's-
each character
there's
has his
only
own thing,
yeah,
and then two of them are
Well,
female.
isn't that the same with like fighting games though?
Yeah,
They all
yeah,
fight
fighting games,
differently,
yeah, that's
so-
kind of
exactly.
fine.
Like you'd play as
Yeah.
Chun-Li because she's a different character
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Ryu
exactly.
and Ken. But like, if you're playing a game where
It's-
you make
Sword
your
of
own
Mana.
character.
Secret of Mana. Sorry, no, it is Sword of Mana. The one on the GBA.
Yeah,
You can have
Yeah.
the guy or the girl. The only difference is the guy's a sword and the girl's a staff. So if you're picking the girl and going, well, I like sticks.
yeah.
I
That's
like-
the only reason.
I like sticks over dicks.
But you know what
That's
I'm
a
saying.
T-shirt design right there.
But it's
Sticks,
like-
not
A
dicks.
very terrible t-shirt design.
Aren't they all?
But you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, there are games where the gender doesn't really make a difference like a fighting game because
literally
it's just
a
what
visual
style you like.
difference.
Yeah,
It's
but
like an avatar, yeah.
I'm talking about games where you make your own character from the ground up, or you like you have the choice male and female, but there's no difference, you know, except for that. But this friend of ours will always like on Fable 3. It was like, you know, it's quite obvious.
I mean,
you know,
that's
the prince and the
really
princess.
like that is literally they will turn out exactly the same by the end of the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he just went, oh, I play as princess. Why? And he's just like,
Yeah, that's even
Well,
weird
look at
because
that.
it's a little girl at the
Yeah.
start as well. It's not like a
And he did
full-grown
the same
woman.
on Fable 2, and he went to me, I don't know the difference. Right, okay, well, how comes his background's blue and hers is pink, and she looks like a girl? And I bet you any money, I haven't seen yet, but I'm going to get too specific now, but I was going to say check out online characters on certain games like GTA 5, I bet it's a girl. Character on Fallout was a girl. That's Fallout, again, it's you
Yeah.
make the character from the ground up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's weird. I bet there's people listening going, what, so what? But I don't know. I just think it's a little bit strange. I'm not saying it's disgusting or anything like that. I'm just saying it's a bit weird.
It's just pointless.
Yeah.
You know, to do it every time, it's like if you want
Yeah.
to do it every now and then because you think that character looks quite cool, then that's up to you. But if you're doing it every time, and in the case of the person we're talking about, you're a known sexual deviant,
Oh
wow!
then it's a bit weird.
Oh god.
Oh.
Not denying it, though, are you?
It's not slander. We haven't named him
Yep.
or her.
Well,
It wouldn't be weird if he
Just
was
have a
picking
sex
girls
change
in
and
his-
get it done with.
You're a king penis because how else would you? be a pervert. Yeah,
You can't be a pervert if you're a female. That's not how it works.
Can we move on?
Let's move on.
I'd like to.
Please.
Tangent that's probably going to get us attacked by Tumblr wankers.
Or just anyone at this point.
Yeah, I'm going to add a T to it.
Might as well. I mean, it's a made-up thing in the first place.
Yep.
I mean, the other week I said Sega were going to port Valkyria Chronicles to Steam. It came out in a week and it actually tops the Steam charts.
Hey,
It actually beat Assassin's Creed, the new Assassin's Creed, and the new Call of Duty and all of that. It
That's
actually
brilliant.
topped everything. I don't think Sega were expecting that. In fact,
The
they
only
put
thing
out
I
a
remember
post
from-
like, "Wow, we didn't expect this."
The only thing I remember from Valkyria Chronicles is just how whingy the male protagonist is. It's like, oh, there's a flower called an Edelweiss. It's like, alright, shut up. White flowers, get on with it. Shoot stuff. Tits and football. Be a man, be a manly man. I'm just saying, the main character's a pufter.
We're being very cosmopolitan in this episode, aren't we?
Yeah, it was what? We're being a woman's magazine. Or a drink. It's also a drink.
Just like tits on the beach. Anyway.
But basically, you know, Sega actually put out a really good game and ported it well, and it sells well. Shocker.
I was going to ask if it plays really.
Apparently, I haven't bought it myself yet, but I think it's like 13 quid, something like that. But you know, it came out like 6 years ago on the PS3. But like I think
It is a good
apparently
game.
it's a
I
really
like the look of
it is a really good port of it as well. It runs a lot smoother and it can be pretty much any resolution you want. You know, 60 frames per second, all that kind of stuff. You know, it's not a sloppy port by any means, and it wasn't an easy game to port over either because it wasn't like already running on something like Unreal Engine or something like that. It wasn't something that you could just port over straight away.
I was going to say that someone asked me the other day, someone who doesn't really play games, she said that. What did she say? I've forgotten.
Good stuff.
I'm drawing blanks today. No, she said that like, what would be the best choice if I wanted to play all the games that are coming out? And I said, I really thought about it. I thought, well, if you wanted to play all of them, you'd want to get a Wii U and a PC, because you know, I'm not being PC master race here, but eventually, you know,
I'm kind of feeling
pretty
the
much
same
all
way
of these
in
games
general
will come out on PC.
A good chunk of them, with the exception of 1 or 2 exclusives on Xbox and PS3. You're not missing that much.
Yeah, so if you're
have to play everything.
If you're willing to spunk a lot of money to keep your PC up to date, then you just need that and a Wii U to realistically play.
To be fair, I don't really play a lot of what they call AAA games anyway, so I don't really need like big fancy hardware.
Is it AAA because they're small and have less content? Like batteries, isn't it?
They last less.
Yeah.
But after that, as long as they do in Shenmue.
Sega batteries.
Yeah, those things are shite. Have you seen how quickly you can drain a battery in Shenmue?
Oh, what, like the lamps and stuff?
Yeah, the flashlight and in your MP3
Especially
in your cassette player.
Especially in food.
In 1986.
He gets through loads of batteries. We're going to talk about that.
Well, you just did.
We've talked enough about weird
bollocks.
sexual things.
We just talk bollocks.
We always talk bollocks.
Yeah, that goes without saying. So yeah, hopefully this means like Sega will actually like pull some more stuff to PC.
Yeah,
because like the fact that I mean it wasn't like a flop on the PS3. I mean it actually sold like 1 million, I think. So it did do all right on that. I mean it did manage to get 2 sequels on the PSP for some reason. Yeah, it got 2 sequels. For some reason they were. I think their idea was because obviously the PSP was massive in Japan, so they thought, well, let's put this series on the PSP and see if it does even better. And they made it look a slightly more anime-ish. Like the first one, it kind of looks like a Ghibli like Studio
Oh,
Ghibli
yeah.
kind of look to it.
Yeah.
But then after that, they kind of went, oh wow, they're all school kids now with big tits and shit.
Oh.
It was kind of
Even the male
I mean, apparently
kids.
there were still good games, but yeah, I wasn't really that keen on like the fact that they changed the art style. It still had that sort of canvasy look to it, but it didn't look as cool, sort of like 1980s anime style.
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of like look to
I
it.
liked it.
Yeah.
Very reminiscent of the video, you know.
The Snowman.
Yeah.
Snowman?
The
What?
animation style was reminiscent of that.
Oh, I get what you mean with the
Not
canvas thing,
they
not the
weren't
actual
singing.
art style.
God.
Valkyria Chronicles with new Snowman
Yeah, you can make that
DLC.
quite haunting. Put a bit of reverb on that song and have that playing with all the tanks destroying like stuff and shooting people up in the air.
You should work for Ubisoft, Tom.
Yeah, that's like the marketing campaigns.
Everybody wants to move.
Isn't that like the ironic like ad campaigns like every like first person shooter in the last 4 years?
Yeah, Mad World for Gears of War.
Yeah, exactly. It's like what they've all been doing for
Not the
ages.
proper version of Mad World, of course.
No.
Actually, would have made for a much better trailer. I want to
Yeah.
do that. I want to take the Gears of War trailer and put the real version of the song.
I'm sure that's been it must
Yeah.
Yeah.
by
That'd
now.
be
I'm
great. Motherfucker.
Every song is heightened by the addition of motherfucker
And bitch.
and bitch.
I think we should have a track and then come back with it's kind of news but also like a main topic, I suppose. Or it could end up being one anyway.
And we
As
should
far
definitely
as-
come back with more Aled Jones. The guy who's saying
Yes.
walking in the air. Well, Aaron didn't know.
Good morning, everyone. Fuck off, Mark. Morning. We're back. My lunch. My lunch.
Every morning, they just run over his lunch.
Every single morning.
Yeah. I want a cake.
I want cake. Ah. Did you have to do that?
Let me just put it back.
Oh, come on! Fucking up the microphone. Okay, so yeah, we're back. That was the forklift racing tune from Shenmue, but I didn't need to tell you that.
You obviously, every single person knew what that was.
You all know it.
Yeah. These taste like cheese.
Hashtag give use the Suzuki the license.
So he can just look at it and go, "Yep, I have
So
money
you can go,
to
yep,
make
I have
it.
no money.
I need the budget."
Yeah.
Like,
So
lots of
the
it.
hashtag should be give you Suzuki the Shenmue license and
Lots
loads
of money. Like $60 million or something, if not more.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
So okay, we're back.
we're back.
We still got a bit of news.
Yeah, kind of news that I think might end up going off tangent a little bit into probably a main
A
topic kind
topic
of
that
thing.
would go off tangent.
Yeah, something like
You're
that.
talking crazy, Willis.
Basically, there's been a lot of stuff for the last few days about games that have been released that are not finished. Like very,
that old
very
chestnut.
buggy games. Yeah. The obvious one being Assassin's Creed Unity.
I have heard lots of things.
I say obvious because they're always a bit wonky when they come out, aren't they? Just a tad. But apparently this one might be the buggiest they've ever released.
Jesus.
I mean, it's gotten so bad now that I just noticed earlier that it's actually on the front page of BBC News, like in the technology corner. You can actually see a screenshot and like Assassin's Creed is a buggy mess kind of thing.
Oh, Jesus.
It's gotten that like widespread news about it. But yeah, basically the game has pretty much it's just riddled with problems. Like,
So what happens?
you know how Unity has like hundreds of NPCs everywhere? They just pop up all the time. Like the pop up is ridiculous, isn't it? Like their hats will just pop on or their faces will disappear.
Oh,
There's loads of like scenes, even like cutscenes, like real time cutscenes where they've got no face.
Yeah.
And it's just like eyeballs and teeth just floating around and like their skin's just sort of like big squares in the corner somewhere, like all stretched out. Looks like something out of Pan's Labyrinth or something. It's weird. But yeah, there's stuff like that, and then there's falling through the floor and getting caught and everything, and just any kind of glitch that you've seen in games before is in this one.
Jesus Christ.
I think it was probably not a good idea to release 2 Assassin's Creed games at the same time.
That's what happens when you fart games out every year.
Yeah, basically. They've gone from making a game yearly to making 2 games at the same time. One for like PS3, 360 and one for next gen. Apparently they were saying, like Ubisoft was saying, it was something to do with, was like even like high-end PCs were having the same exact problems. And then they were saying, oh, it's a problem with like AMD PC hardware.
Oh yeah,
and then
it on AMD.
Yeah, and then it turns out both the PS4 and the Xbox One have AMD hardware in them. So that explains why it's just broken on everything. If that is the case, blame it on AMD, but don't, because it's Ubisoft finding out games. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's. I've said it before, but yeah, I love the series Assassin's Creed. I really do, but I don't mind waiting if the games are actually going to work. I'm cool with that. You know, we can wait another year as long as the fucking thing works.
Actually cook it. You know,
because we've got
just stick it in the microwave for 2 seconds and hope that it works.
Like a Chicago town.
Yeah.
We've got Assassin's Creed Rogue coming out in just a few days now. No, tomorrow.
No, they both come out on the same day.
Today?
Yeah.
That was today then, was it? Or yesterday?
Well, they'll be out by the time this is out, but yeah. I think it said, I think I saw in the paper that there was like a midnight launch for both of them. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's annoying because I really want Rogue at the moment. Is Rogue okay? Because I'm only hearing about
haven't
Unity.
actually heard anything about Rogue
Yeah.
yet. I don't think anyone's got their review copies or anything like that yet. Because that's another thing that's happening. When these games are like... Because obviously, now that they patch games like day one, they don't bother to like test, you know, like sort everything out before it comes out. So they release a buggy game. They release a buggy game and then just patch it later. But like... they're not even sending out, in a lot of cases, like in the case of Ubisoft and also Sega, as I'll get to a bit later, they haven't actually been releasing review copies like early enough for the companies to make a review for launch, you know?
Because they're not finished.
Because they know that they're not finished and they're just broken. I mean, like, the Assassin's Creed one was one thing, but we've also got to talk a little bit about Sonic Boom on the Wii U, which has turned out to be a lot more broken than I think anyone could have anticipated. I mean, like, when they were showing it off in the past, it just kind of looked like a really generic, could be anything platformer.
Yeah.
It was really, you know, not for us kind of thing, not really a Sonic game, it's just like a bland Jack and Daxter clone with Sonic skin.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, you know, at least it might, you know, work, but it doesn't. No.
It's basically Sonic 06 2.
Kind of, yeah. It's
And then
not as bad, but it's very, very close. Like, it's easily, you know, the second glitchiest Sonic game ever. Other than, I suppose, what was it, the Sonic 1 remake they did for the GBA, which was really broken as well.
I didn't even know that existed.
It didn't even come out in Europe. They only got it in America because Sega Europe obviously saw how bad it was and just went nope, 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 nope. It came out on the same anniversary that Sonic 06 came out.
Yeah.
So great anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was basically a port of Sonic 1 from the Mega Drive for the Game Boy Advance. But like it was all cropped in so you couldn't see as much, and the physics were completely fucked. Like it was really fucked up. Like you could like jump, land on the floor, and then rocket forward for no reason. It was really weird, and the sound was shit. And everything.
That sounds like an ability in the new games.
Yes, but Sonic Boom Wii U. It's wow. The main one that. The biggest flaw that I'm sure they must be able to patch out because it's such an obvious thing to like. Well, it must be an easy thing to fix because it's literally just like a button prompt thing. Basically, if you play as Knuckles and you jump, if you pause, you can jump again, and you can do that infinitely. So basically, Knuckles can fly, not glide, but fly. He can just like flap his arms. He basically, if you took out all the pauses, it would just look like he was flapping his arms.
I'd love to see a GIF of that.
Yeah, I want to see that now. Because he's got like a double jump, but yeah, obviously, if you pause and then press jump again, it just resets his double jump, so you can just jump through things.
Just like Contra Super C.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. That had the same thing, didn't it? It had a weird flaw in
Jump
it.
balls, jump balls.
Yeah, it was just,
but the jumping arc in Contra, like in Super C, it was even bigger. It was so it's like pause, jump.
Yeah,
pause,
the thing with the Sonic Boom one is you can actually control where you're moving each time you unpause as well. So someone just yesterday speedran the game. And using that glitch, he skipped 80% of the game.
Brilliant.
80%. So it took him under an hour, just under an hour, to beat the whole game. Which I don't know how long the game's supposed to be, but I assume it's a bit longer than an hour. Especially when he skipped like almost every level. I think he only actually played like 3 or 4 levels, and even then he jump paused through half of those as well, just like going through walls. And the funniest bit is sometimes when you do that. And you go into an area you're not supposed to be in yet. You see Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy in that like default T pose.
Yeah,
like
the Jesus.
I think they're like cutscene ones. Yeah, like the Jesus thing. Just, oh my god! And like the whole game, like it was made in CryEngine. You know, like Warp Crisis and all that was made. And they ported it to the Wii U. Yeah, the game runs at really low. Both like the Assassin's Creed game and Sonic Boom have got really bad like frame rate issues. Apparently, Unity, even though it's working on like next gen hardware and all that, it's only like doing about 20 to 25 frames per second most of the time. Sonic Boom is probably even worse than that.
Jeez.
Like most of the time, like I've been watching quite a few people play it. Sometimes it just looks like it's running at like 15. It's ridiculous. Like it's so
Jesus
weird.
Christ.
It's really rough. Like I mean, like with Sonic 06, it had those really long like load times, but at least that game ran sometimes at 60, very rarely. But like yeah, this game barely runs at even 30. And compared to like Sonic Lost World, which, as you know, I didn't think was a brilliant game. It was kind of wonky in places. That game ran at a more or less solid 60 frames per second all the way through, which is something not even Generations pulled off, cause, except on PC, obviously. But I don't know. What were some of the other glitches in Sonic Boom? I can't remember now. There was loads of stuff. Basically, just clipping through everything. Like, even people not looking for them. You don't have to look for the clipping stuff. Like, you know when the Sonic games go into a 2D mode, like a lot of recent ones done. This game does that. But sometimes you go into a 2D bit and the game just forgets you're supposed to be in 2D. And then you can just walk through the wall behind you. Because it's like... It's like, oh, is this a 2D section? I forgot. Well, I could just walk through this wall that's got no collision because you're not supposed to be able to walk towards it. So you could just fall through it. Wow. Yeah, just really basic things like that. And then people were looking in the credits for it, and there's apparently only one QA tester.
Well, there you go.
There you go. That says it all. Apparently this game was in development for 3 years. It really doesn't look like it.
How?
It was not.
They didn't. They only
it's
just
impossible.
announced the
I think there was like, well, obviously they only announced it like at the start of this year or so. But like, yeah, apparently it had been in works for ages. But it, I get the feeling they had like a food fight. You know that movie Food Fight, like situation where they accidentally lost the whole game and had to start again at the last minute. I swear, because like the graphics are absolutely like art styles all okay, I suppose, but like the actual graphics are like PS2 era. It's really bad. Like, I mean, people go, "Oh, the Wii U's unpowered," but it's not that unpowered. Fucking hell! Like when you compare it to like Generations and Unleashed, and even to some extent 06, it doesn't look as good. It's ridiculous. Wow. It's just. I don't know how they've actually, like we've gone 8 years.
How do you sleep
since
at night?
Sonic 2006, and now we've basically got Sonic 2014. Another 8 years of people thinking every Sonic game is as bad as the current one, and basically just I mean, apparently Sonic Team, like the team that made Sonic Generations and all that, they have been working on the game since Generations, and we might see it next year or the year after. Maybe that's what they're. I think another thing people reckon it is Gearbox basically sabotaged Aliens Colonial Marines. They outsourced it to some other company and let them shat it out without Sega knowing. Some people reckon Red Button might have done the same thing to this game, kind of just like.
It feels like it came out sort of under the radar to me, because I thought its release date was going to be a huge deal, and I'd hear nothing else for the next month.
Well, they were hyping it up quite a bit.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just sort of like
because it's come out the same. It came out like the same weekend as the TV show debuted on Cartoon Network.
Oh, see, I didn't know the TV show debuted yet.
Yeah, only in America so far. We haven't got it yet.
Oh, that'll be why. Yeah, I thought my Facebook wall was going to be all like you and other people just like, wow, Sonic Boom's out. But
what, me?
That wasn't an impression of you. That was just people in general. But I thought
quite
the
a few
whole
of mine have, but yeah.
Most
of them were going, oh, it's out. Oh, look at it.
Oh. I just thought it'd be like 3 sleeps to go until Sonic Boom's out. But it's just it's
to be
here.
Fair, I don't think that many people were that hyped up for it. I mean, I think from the get-go, it kind of just looked like a quick cash into the TV series.
Well, that's the thing. Mario still has that magical thing where it's like, Mario game. Everyone's like, woo! But Sonic's lost that luster. Now it's like a new Sonic game.
Yeah, but in the case of Sonic Boom, like, it's quite obvious it wasn't made to be a proper, like Sonic game. It's more a. It's more just like a quick cash in to go with the TV. The TV series is the main bulk of it, I think. I was saying the other week about, or I think it was even last week, about how someone from Assembler Forums got their hands on like the source code to a cancelled Saturn Sonic game called Sonic X-Treme. They've been tinkering around with it. I think since we last did the podcast, they actually got some footage out of them running it on the Saturn emulator. Really basic. Build of next to nothing.
That's quite quick.
Yeah. It was really basic build where they just about had Sonic running around and jumping and stuff. It was really basic. But they've actually just today got their hands on. They found a level editor in the in all the files they've got.
Sorry. Yep.
Yeah. And The funny thing about it was in the corner it says Sonic Boom. At some point the game might have been called Sonic Boom.
Oh,
it's really weird. And the best bit is this level there is quite buggy. What weird timing is that? Just as like Sonic Boom comes out and turns out to be a buggy mess, they also find that Sonic X-Treme was a buggy mess and was called Sonic Boom at some point. Maybe.
Jesus Christ.
That's really weird.
Just the
apparently with Sonic. The thing with Sonic X-Treme is apparently like when they showed it off at E3, they just chucked stuff together just to show. They didn't actually have complete levels. They literally just made a little bit of area, let Sonic run around, insert in a circle, and that was it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh look, here it is. That's the game we're making. It will definitely get completed and not changed for just a port of Sonic 3D. But. Yeah, it was really weird with Sonic X-Treme because like the guys that were making it ended up when it got cancelled as a Saturn game, they tried to pitch it as just a PC game, and they continued working on it in their spare time, kind of thing. So it's weird, but yeah. I was just curious. Have you ever had like any really bad like glitches in like? I don't know, like really game-breaking ones. Oh yeah, one of the other ones in one of the other ones in Sonic Boom is when you get into these like combat bits where like all the robots come in and you just punch them or whatever. Yeah, really generic combat stuff. Yeah, even more generic than the werewolves, really. Yeah. But
at least that had like a leveling system.
Yeah, exactly. That actually going back on it, even though the levels are really long and obnoxious and kind of irritating. The combat actually wasn't terrible, even if it was kind of like a bit too much like God of War's, really. But
they should have just had Knuckles instead of making Sonic. Just like if you want punchy bits, just bring in Knuckles.
That's kind of what they've done with Boom now, I guess. But I don't know.
It's like Sonic Heroes without the whole "Yay! Ready, let's go."
Oh, they never shut up in this game. It's even worse than Heroes. They literally talk all the time, and they say things like "rings, om nom 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 nom."
Oh come on!
Yeah, they actually do that.
Cool story, bro.
And Robotnik says "nailed it" and all this stuff.
Fucking hell!
It's funny enough. I saw a little thing that they're doing a competition, and one of the things it's like it's. The competition that you fill out this little application form.
The Knuckles thing. Yeah, and one of them was, do you even lift?
As one of the questions. It's like,
people were reply, do you even do leg day, Knuckles? Because we'll keep making that joke over and over.
It is leg day, by the way. I keep hearing about
it's you get people who only work out their arms. I actually saw one on my way here. I walked from the Shires to here, which took an hour and a half.
Basically, just focusing on one part of your body.
Yeah. They skip leg day because there was.
Yeah.
There's a gym between like halfway between mine and yours.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a guy coming out of there. And he had the skinniest, tiniest little legs, but big, massive arms.
Yeah.
So he just skips leg day.
He was Knuckles.
Sorry.
Because you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, the day where you work out your legs to get them big as well. Well, you do a day of arm exercises.
Today's going to be my ear day. Yeah, here we go.
Ear day. I want to work on bollocks day.
Actually,
big massive bollocks.
There are a set of exercises.
Isn't that just a day of wanking?
Oh, come on. No, there's a set of it's just muscle contraction, but it's for women and men. It's called Kegel exercises.
Oh,
and like women do that after they've had a kid to get their latch back on their vaginas. But
get some tread back on the tyres.
Yeah. But yeah, you literally just go. Exactly, for like an hour, just to get a bit more strength in the old chap.
In the old chap. Oh, thanks for that.
Yeah, I thought that should be one of the days. Right, Monday's arms day, Tuesday's leg day. Day 3 will be the old cock and balls day. 7 will be the day where I just go. Focus on my neck.
What are you doing?
How did he die?
I'm working out.
He burst a blood vessel in both sides of his neck. Fuck. Day 12 is eyes exercise. You just sort of with your eyes like Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, so really glitchy games.
Yeah.
Well, obviously for me it would be any Assassin's Creed. Sorry.
Hang on, before I get to that, I just remembered another one for Sonic Boom. You know I was saying about like, the combat stuff. They put like a big wall, like a big laser wall comes up. Of some cases, people were dying on those and then getting respawned outside of the wall.
So you can't get
they can't get back in it. The enemies can't get to you, and they're all just walking against the wall.
Come on!
Going, oh, let us through! I want to fight you! And then you can't advance through the game. You have to reset. So anyway, yeah.
That is a game-breaking glitch right there.
That is pretty bad.
The only really properly glitch I've ever experienced. It wasn't even me. Like me and my friend Richard were playing through one of the Prince of Persia games, like the fairly new. I think it's the newest one. Not Sands Time.
The Forgotten Zone.
No, it's.
I don't know. One just called Prince of Persia.
I think so.
The one based
I
on the
played
film.
that. I don't think I had any.
No, what?
Or was it that?
It was the prince. You know, the ooh, I'm an emo, and
now
I'm
so
not
it
an
wasn't
emo anymore. No, it wasn't the guy with the ginger hair. It was the normal prince, but it was the newest.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't keep up to date with names of games.
They haven't made
but,
Persia's for ages now.
No, they should.
No, they need
Stop
to make
making
that
Assassin's Creed.
No.
But we played that, and there's a game-breaking glitch on the last boss where you just fall through the scenery during a cutscene. And every time you're like, right, try again. We looked it up. Apparently, it happens to loads of people, and it just fucks your file completely. You have to start again.
Yikes!
At the last boss.
Did I ever tell you about? This is a crazy one that really annoyed me. Right. If anyone that's listening has ever put in the work to 100% a Grand Theft Auto game, you'll know that it takes a long time, a lot of effort, and a lot of stress to do some of the really time-consuming stuff. There's a glitch in Grand Theft Auto 3 where if you've already done one of the really later missions in the game, you get rid of this certain gang, like they're gone for good. But one of the missions that you have to do is to help get rid of them. You have to sort of kill a load of them, but they won't ever spawn again, so you can't do this mission. And I discovered this when it was one of my 100% attempts, because I already finished the game just normally on the same memory card.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically what it was, I got like 90-something% into the game. I was doing this last leg of missions, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, none of these guys are loading. It's really annoying. I kept failing the mission. You have like a time limit to kill a load of these, like I think they're like purple shirted guys. Okay. And I looked it up online, and yeah, basically that's what it is. It's just a problem with the coding on your memory card. You have to wipe the data, because once you've just taken out the gang on all of your other files, that gang will just be gone.
Forever.
Yeah.
On every
file.
I
was like 70 hours in, and then I had to start again.
Oh my god.
I had to do all the hidden packages, all of the ambulance missions, the fire missions, the vigilante missions, all of the...
Basically everything.
Yeah,
70 hours of gameplay.
And because I'm really sad, I did.
God, you do so much like save the planet stuff. You might as well just like. Is there just an achievement that says with our powers combined?
Save the planet.
Captain Planet.
Well, because
you have to be a fireman, a vigilante,
a taxi
with our powers combined.
Yeah, but
Captain Planet.
You offset that with all of the. Just killing people for no real reason.
Yeah, like Captain Planet.
Like Captain Planet.
Yeah,
you
exactly
there?
Like
Captain Planet goes on a flamethrower rampage, does he?
Did you cut up your beer? Those plastic beer holder things. No. You didn't cut them up. No, I'm going to cut you up, mate.
You're killing dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a game breaker. Another one for me was Assassin's Creed. Surprise! Brotherhood. That was the first game where they really rushed it, because Assassin's Creed 1 was obviously they took their time with that, and it still had loads of problems. Assassin's Creed 2 was obviously that again. They actually spent some time on that, and it still has some problems. But Brotherhood was the first game they pushed out too quickly. It was like a little while after.
I think that was like the first one where they did one a year after, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah. And Brotherhood, I was really excited about that. It's still one of the really good ones in the series for me. it got to right near the end of the game, and I couldn't finish this mission because like you kill you. It's really simple. You kill a target that's right near you from the start. It was just a side mission, but it would stop you from getting your 100%. But you just start on this roof. A guy walks by. You got to take him out on the roof because otherwise he gets spooked if you get off the roof and come near him. So it's quite simple. You just go jump, way stab. But when you kill him, the mission doesn't end. Like the guy just dies, just lays there, and the mission just carries on. And I had to wait until the first patch.
Kill him more.
Basically, nothing would happen. I had to wait until that first patch came out until I could actually carry on with that.
You had a thing in Skyrim, didn't you, where you couldn't carry on with the Thieves Guild?
No, that was in Oblivion. That's another famous one. That is.
It was in Skyrim when we got it, and there was. It might have been the Dark Brotherhood, but you had this mission where it just wouldn't. A person was supposed to load and he didn't. He kept loading.
I know exactly what you mean. That was the Thieves Guild.
Yeah.
Again, that fixed itself with an update.
Yeah.
It was a mission. I was getting really upset about it, but you follow this guy. He goes into what's the main Imperial city? It's the one with the lighthouse. The one with the lighthouse.
I don't know. I can't remember Skyrim that well.
Well, basically, I followed him there. He went into a shop, so I went into the shop as well. And then he just disappeared. Like he said, he was in like the floor of this shop. He must have just gone in and fallen down. And it wasn't for like a month or two, maybe a good couple of months later. I had a random update, and I just went, "Oh, I'll try that mission again." And there was a couple of updates actually, because every time there was an update, I would go back to see if it fixed, and it didn't. And I gave up all hope. But it was like several months down the line, finally got this update, and I was standing around in that shop and went, I'll try it again. Went in there, and then suddenly I noticed the arrow went boop and fixed itself. I came out the shop and there he was. I was like, yay!
And then he starts flying upwards. He just goes into the sky.
There we go. What's he doing? What's he doing?
He's doing the opposite.
So that was good. But the one in Oblivion is a well-known one. It's got like a sort of, I don't know, like 10% chance of happening. But the Thieves Guild was done really oddly in Oblivion, wasn't it? Like you had to steal a certain amount, and then you unlock the next mission. Yeah.
You have to go to a fence. And
that's right. So you sell like 1,000, and then you get a new mission. But basically, one of the missions involves the guy giving you the job has to run out of town for a little while because he's being hunted.
Oh yeah, and he never comes back.
There's a chance where he won't come back to finish the mission off. Because it says he will return, meet him here, and he never comes back. And I think
I've had that one.
And what annoys me about that is that's another one where you have to go and start again, and it's Oblivion for fuck's sake. So Oblivion is one hell of a time sponge.
It's another one of these games where I've made 100 files, so I'm pretty sure that's happened to me once or twice before.
Well, the other way to fix it, they say, is you can just fence the full 10,000. It skips them all, but you won't get the achievements. Because you won't get achievements for going up the ranks. You'll just go straight to 10,000 and get the last few missions. So I didn't want to. I started again, and it was really annoying.
Well, the good thing about Oblivion is, obviously it wouldn't be good in this case because it would be really fucking annoying. But the higher level you are, like, I don't know if Skyrim does it as well, but it's a really cool thing. It's like the higher level you are, the the quest rewards scale to your level.
Oh.
So like you'll get. I remember I discovered this during the Dark Brotherhood, but you get a dagger called Sufferthorn, and it's usually just a piece of crap. But I was like level 90 odd, and it was the same dagger, but its enchantments were that much stronger. It had like ridiculous I think poison damage or health absorption, but it was incredible. And I ended up actually equipping it. But usually I'd be, but it's good. Stabbing people. Stab.
So, I mean, so there you go, 2 game-breaking glitches from Elder Scrolls right there.
Yeah.
And
yet none in Morrowind.
I seem to remember everyone saying the PS3 version of Skyrim was like the most broken version.
That's a bit of a Bethesda thing.
It got patched a bit later. But
Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Oblivion as well on PS3 were always the shitter version.
And Bethesda actually came out and said that though at one point.
Porting to PS3 apparently.
Well, Bethesda actually said at one point they don't really focus on PS3 for some reason.
Because fuck them. Yeah, they're Western. They're not going to work on Eastern console.
I
that
swear
much.
I did hear that though. Like, yeah, I don't know why, but they just don't like because Oblivion was notoriously bad.
Oh yeah.
Because actually, got a friend of ours has actually got it, and I was watching him, and all the dungeons just had like huge holes in them, like you could just fall through and just like bits of scenery where it's like, well,
they just couldn't be bothered.
They did. They even admitted it was a bit of a lazy port job. I
feel
don't
like
know why.
because Bethesda have kind of cornered the market in a way, in Western RPGs like open world. If you think of an open world Western RPG, it's hard not to think of like Elder Scrolls or Fallout, that kind of thing, or things like Dishonored, whatever. So I don't know. I almost feel like they have kind of gone. Sony's Japanese. There's all these.
For whatever reason it is, I don't know why, but they have.
In the case of the PS3, it was a case of the PS3 was harder to program for early on, and it took quite a few years before everyone sort of turned around on the PS3. Yeah. The 360 versions were almost always like the main version for a lot of games.
Yeah, because it's the first thing.
Even like Bayonetta, like the PS3 version, it would have to load to pause. Like when you press pause, it would go loading, pause.
What? I've had games that do that when you unpause.
Yeah. No, this game does it when you pause. Luckily, it's still paused when it's loading, but it has to load the pause button.
Maybe that's what they should implement in Sonic Boom, so that you can't, exploit the knuckles thing.
Yeah.
Or that
it
would be so tedious to do so that you just don't want to.
Or they can just patch it out.
Or they could just, finish the fucking game.
Yeah, just finish the fucking game. This is like the moral of the story, basically. Just finish your fucking games. Just because you can patch them later doesn't mean you can just release them unfinished.
Like Morrowind, I've experienced other people's glitches, like not necessarily game breaking because well, there was that one, Ebonheart, the town friend of ours. It just disappeared.
That
and people fell into the water. Yeah, that was on the Xbox port, so that must explain why.
The whole town disappeared. Yeah.
But yeah, I've literally never had. The only kind of things I've had is where I've got stuck in scenery, which is my fault, not the game's really. Yeah. Like you sort of jump into a bit of the corner and you get stuck.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've never really had anything in the game that's made me go like, there's like things haven't turned up where they're supposed to and stuff.
Yeah,
because
I can't say I've had
early 2000s games were still finished before they were released.
For the most part, yeah.
Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release. Hey, that's a quote from Morrowind.
That's good stuff right there.
Ah, yes, we've been expecting you a little earlier than expected, and that's why you don't work.
Ah, yes.
What are you going to call your character? Ubisoft.
Our records don't show from where, and because your skin hasn't loaded, we really can't tell what race you are.
I want to say Doug.
You see your eyeballs.
Yeah.
Just floating eyeballs and teeth.
Yeah.
No, you could be anything.
Right, I think that's a good place to
wrap
that up.
So basically, what we've noticed is this particular generation and obviously the new generation, games are kind of getting rushed out too quickly and not working
especially
properly.
games coming out around Christmas. They, time for winter, they always do that. It seems to be now.
It's becoming a big concern and something that needs to be stamped out because
that's why it's kind of good to see that even like BBC are like reporting on like glitches, Assassin's Creed.
Well, usually all they report on is video games make your children into rapists.
Well, this is specifically in the like little technology corner, but
that sounds like something on Blue Peter. Welcome to Technology Corner. Today we've got a Casio.
Why are there dogs running around or everywhere?
Everywhere.
There are dogs all over the place. Big pile of excrement over there.
Oh no, that's just what's his name? Shit. I missed my chance. I missed my chance to make a joke about a Blue Peter.
Peter Purvey.
Yeah, that's the one. There's a big pile of excrement over there. Oh no, that's just Peter Purvis.
Right, we'll have another track.
Aaron, could you cut that so that joke's really snappy and witty?
No.
I could that. Let's have a track.
Bye.
Okay, and canned laughter.
Do it.
Have you ever noticed how creepy canned laughter is?
Yeah.
When you hear it in another room.
Yeah.
Like if someone's watching telly in another room. I'm sure we've had this conversation on the podcast before.
Yeah.
But it's always like.
Whee!
Yeah. Yeah, that was what's that song called? That was Sunset Park Zone, the train part from like Act 2 of Sonic Triple Trouble.
Sunset Park?
Yeah, Sunset Park.
Isn't that a level in Adventure?
Not like
No, Twinkle
that.
Park.
Yeah, I was going to say. But yeah,
Twinkle Park.
just like the Revenge of the Shinobi one, it's another level that takes place on a train. So
Yeah.
I thought that was appropriate, and it's
I
an
love that
amazing
song, and I love that game as well.
Yeah, Triple Trouble's kind of underrated actually. I
It's
think
very underrated.
I think it's like it might even be the best like Game Gear Sonic game as far as I'm
Around.
concerned.
Easily, yeah.
I really love Chaos as well. That song was actually almost going to be in Chaos in some form because apparently it was found on the ROM, like the same exact song, just done with different instruments, done in the style of Sonic Chaos. It's really weird. It's really good as well, that version as well. But I played the Triple Trouble version. But.
Yeah. I was really upset that Triple Trouble didn't get on the Master System.
Yeah, it didn't even get like a tech toy, like
Yeah.
Brazilian version, because like they got that bloody Sonic Blast thing on there. What's it? I think there's someone on Sonic Retro that's actually working on trying to port Triple Trouble to the Master System. So
Excellent.
I think someone was anyway. Apparently it was palette issues because like the Master System's got less colours on
Yeah.
the screen than the Game Gear. The Game Gear could technically do more colours on screen than the Mega Drive. It's really weird. Like it's technically a Master System, but it's got more colours. And it's got a bit more. Yeah, and it's got, yeah. If you've got that big thing and you've got actual terrestrial television, then not anymore. It's dead.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? They switched to digital.
Yeah, they've turned off terrestrial here now, so
But
you can't.
you
pick
can
up
still
anything.
put inputs in, can't
Yeah,
you?
it's got a
Because
little
you can have
input
consoles and stuff going.
You could literally, you could plug in another console and then have the controller and then watch it on the fuzzy little Game Gear screen.
That's great.
Because why not?
Yeah, we showed that on that Resotron event.
Yeah, Restaurant, they
yes,
do that all
yes.
the time, don't they? Yeah, they actually had Virtua Fighter 3 running on a Virtua Fighter Game Gear.
Awesome.
That was really cool. Even though you could just barely make out the game. But yeah. So, what have you guys been playing? Because I haven't been playing much.
For me, it's been just San Andreas and a little bit of GTA 5. So just lots and lots of Grand Theft Auto, really. Yeah,
Deja vu. Deja vu to that like month where every time it was. Oh, I'm still playing
It was more than a month, wasn't it? That was like 3 months.
Managed to rack up 3,000 hours on GTA 5.
Well, for the first time ever, I managed to 100% San Andreas because
Hey.
anyone who knows San Andreas knows that is it's just no mean feat. That is.
Yeah. You had to steal so many bikes.
Stick them all in like, I don't know,
Garage.
Yeah, just over the garage you just pour that bikes.
And yes,
It's the first mission in the game. You have to
Yeah.
steal a bike.
yeah. A lot of people have mentioned how racially insensitive that
And
is.
a guy in a pink hoodie starts running behind you.
Yeah, I mean, Kat was sitting in the room and she was looking around and just going like, "This is unbelievable!" Some of the stuff that was coming out, like, so, like I can't even begin to explain, but there's just some really ridiculous, like, quite racially insensitive stuff at some points. But yeah, first mission, steal a bike. She was not happy with the house burglar mission she had to do. You could do house burglaries at night and stuff like that.
Yeah, you never see Tom Vassetti doing those.
Yeah. Exactly, that's what she was saying.
Yeah.
It's because it's the only game that's done it. Funny enough.
Huh.
Oh no, you can do it as Franklin in Only Franklin. Oh dear.
I had a bit of a rule in GTA until 5 came out actually, because it was like only black guys could swim right up until GTA 4 actually.
Yeah, no, because they
Grand
made
Theft Auto
that.
3, your character dies in water. Same for Vice City Smoke City does. San Andreas you could swim.
Underwater
And then
as
they
well.
made Liberty City Stories, and they went back to you just die if you go in the water. And then Vice City Stories, you play as Batman, and you can swim.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
And then the
really
Russian,
strange.
Nico could swim because he wasn't American. It's Americans can't swim.
Americans can't swim.
Yeah, all those cheeseburgers.
It just drown from all the calories.
Those are some heavy calories, man. That
Oh god,
Sonic Boom.
I didn't even bring that up.
I don't want to drown.
Yeah. Sonic Boom's got another thing that's very similar to 06, where the split second you touch water, you die. Or
Yeah, your rings just go
die.
blur and you die.
Yeah, just from touching like dipping your toes in water. But they also
That's
make
worse
this
than
noise when
Green
they're it's ridiculous. You know
It's
how I
almost
was
as bad as Green Dog.
That's what?
Really bad game on the Mega Drive.
oh god,
The
yeah.
surfer.
Green
Because basically, as soon as
Dog.
his
Oh god,
head went
yeah.
below the water, they were like, his water could come up to his neck, and then as soon as his head touched, went into the water, he died.
Oh yeah. Oh
But
blimey.
he's a surfer. You think he'd be used
He's
to
a
a bit of
surfer.
water?
You think he'd be able to
Yeah.
have water, but yeah. On Sonic Retro, when you go on the Sonic Boom trend now, every time you click on any page, it goes when you go into it.
I'm a meme.
It's becoming one.
I reckon it will.
Yeah, it already kind of has.
I'm a meme.
Turned into Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Yeah. Yeah, it does actually sound like the end of Ed, Ed and Eddie. It's weird. Someone beat me to that joke last night, just as I turned off the laptop. I was like, shit, that sounds exactly like Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Well, I've got one that they haven't done yet. You can replace the footage of them dying in the water with just SpongeBob going, "Ah!"
Or just put SpongeBob's voice in there instead. Yeah, we're giving you the idea now. You can go do that.
Yeah.
Because I can't
Do
be
it
bothered.
for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, nothing much to report. Just more San Andreas, more GTA. Okay, now I will say that I've been playing that version. Did I mention it before? Where it's the iOS version that's been bought on the Xbox. I did, didn't I?
You did a little bit.
Okay, so yeah, basically it's just that version again. It's good in terms of gameplay, but not in terms of controls and some of the weird glitches that happen.
And they had to cut some of the songs, didn't they?
Yeah, they took some of the songs out. It missed out on some of the content, like you can't save pictures on your hard drive anymore, which was a shame. That was really cool. Also, it had 2-player. It was the only Grand Theft Auto game that's had local 2-player free roam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all of the girlfriends that you have, plus there's just random parts in the map where you can see a 2-player icon. It's like 2 people holding hands.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Huh.
you plug another controller in, you went up to this thing, you both I
They
think
cut
you
that?
press something. Yeah, it's gone.
Ah,
You can do
maybe
a free
because
roam,
it's
so you can do it
an
with any of the
iOS
girlfriends, or you can just do, when you went up to the ones that are randomly on the map, you could just pick any of the player models in the game. But the weird thing was, on that mode, is you can still kiss, so you can get like a policeman named Carl Johnson.
Oh, wow.
So that was fun. Also, another one of the glitches you could do there is if you get the other guy, player 2, to use a katana to cut Cole Johnson's head off, he went back into single player and he always had a head missing with blood spurting out.
Oh wow!
Even on the
Almost feels like that was a glitch they found. They were like, you know what, we should just keep it like that. Because it's awesome.
So you do all the missions. You do all the
That's a
missions
good
with
example
no
of a
head.
glitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Keep that one.
and like even in the cutscenes,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
he had no head and just blood
That's
spurting.
fantastic.
Motherfucker,
They definitely kept that on purpose, I think.
CJ, what happened?
Apparently the Steam version of San Andreas got updated to that version as well, and a lot of people were actually like reverting it back because like they would rather keep all like the original songs and like the 2-player mode and all that.
I don't think they should force an update to completely change the game.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised if people on the Xbox would be very angry about that as well.
Yeah.
You can
Because
put
you
your own
You
music.
haven't got the choice anymore of having the proper version with all the stuff.
Yeah.
Can you?
Oh well, better get your old original Xbox back out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost worth it.
I think that disc does work in the Xbox.
Oh, so you can still play it. It won't go, we're updating your disc. We're going to erase the disc and write the new version on the disc. That would be weird. Can you imagine if they start doing that next gen? Oh,
Don't jinx it.
If there's even
Rewriting
physical data at that point.
Oculus Rift just like updates your eyes.
Yeah, we just take your eyes out and stick new better ones in. Your eyesight's not good enough, so we're going to yank them
No,
out.
it's just a really sharp, hot laser that just goes into your eyes. And
We've given you better eyesight so you can see the graphics better.
and it clamps onto your head so you can't do anything. Like,
So the Oculus Rift is a horror film.
Dystopian future that we're heading towards.
like Logan's Run.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah, what?
I don't know, like when you get to the age of 25...
When you get to 21, you're not allowed to game anymore.
No, I don't know, you give them mandatory free Oculus Rifts that upgrade your head. And they get welded into your skull so you can never take them off.
It's a nightmare vision.
They're already doing that with Google Glasses.
I see what you did there, nightmare vision.
Way, hey.
Oh, hey.
It's Christmas
So-
next month.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. What have you been doing?
Who's that? You're not
Either
looking
of us,
at
I
me.
suppose.
I'm just rubbing my eyes.
What are you doing?
I'm grumpy and tired.
I actually...
A lot of Kenny versus Spenny quotes today.
Yeah, I'm getting them in there. I want to eat pork.
I actually went back very briefly. I actually went back to Sonic Lost World.
Okay,
for
do
a
this at
little while.
Slumbers.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, Lost
Yeah.
World.
Yeah, I went back to Sonic Lost World again because like I
On
was seeing all
Wii
this.
U?
Yeah,
On Wii U.
What's the only thing it's on?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, other than that,
No, I played it on the
apparently,
X64.
other than that, apparently even worse 3DS version. But yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there was, yeah.
yeah, yeah. I just briefly went back to it because I was just seeing all this Sonic Boom stuff and. Just thought, well, I remember kind of not liking this game, but also
Did you
kind of wanting to like it.
Yeah.
And I kind of went back to it and.
Did you
just
get the
played it.
Zelda update?
Yeah, I had that a while back. Like, I think I got that when I got the game. Actually, I think it was not long come out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that level's quite short, but like you get loads of lives from that one as well. Like the only reason you ever go in those levels is just to max your lives to 99. But yeah, I didn't really play it for that long. I was just trying to get all the red rings on some of the levels, and some of them were really annoying to look. I had to look them up because like. There's a couple that only appear when you do certain things in the level, as opposed to finding them in a certain place.
See, that's what I liked about Generations, because I actually figured them all out myself.
Yeah, I figured out pretty much my majority of them.
There was a couple of them where I had to pay attention to the clues, but apart from that, they weren't that bad.
Yeah.
They're ones like, oh shit, oh look, there's a little thing over there.
The worst one is there's a level in Sonic Lost World where, for some reason, you're in a giant snowball. They don't explain why. You just start the level and you just roll into a snowball and you're rolling around. Instead of collecting rings, you're like rolling them up Katamari style. And then when you get to a checkpoint, you actually collect the rings.
Okay.
So if you get hit, you pretty much die, I guess. Because you have no rings until you hit the checkpoint.
I would have thought just some of them fell off or something.
Yeah, I don't know, that's weird. But on that level, there's one red ring where you have, like, it's the level before
It breaks your Xbox.
This game is really... I still think this is the weirdest fucking Sonic game, because, like, for example, there's a section called Frozen Factory, which is, like, the ice level of the game.
Yeah.
But, like, you get that level where you're in the snowball, and as you're going through it, like, occasionally you'll roll through, like, snooker bits.
Okay.
There's just like these sections of snooker balls, and you have to get all the snooker balls into the holes to get that last red ring. But I keep missing like the last snooker ball because you have to like turn really slowly, but you move quite quickly forward.
Yeah.
But you only like turn quite slowly unless you hold one of the buttons. And I keep missing one of them. So if you want to get that red ring, you have to play the whole level again. It's one of the most annoying levels in the game. Well, not.
You want to get all the red rings, you've got to pot the reds, then screw back for the yellow, green, brown, blue, pink and black.
It's not Banjo-Kazooie, The Lost World.
I am snooker loopy.
Donkey Kong 64, The Lost World, yeah. Collect all the different coloured bananas or whatever.
I like Donkey Kong games.
Have you played 64 though?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I played the one on the SNES.
Yeah.
The super
Yeah,
duper
those were cool.
Nintendo system.
Yeah,
What's the third Donkey Kong Country like?
I have it, but I haven't actually got around to playing it. It's more.
Well,
or less
they
the
took
same.
away the O for some reason. Get it?
No.
Cunt.
Donkey Kong Country.
Is it true that Cranky Kong is the original barrel thrown Donkey
That's
Kong?
apparently some weird theory that's apparently been debunked.
Oh, right.
Cranky Kong being the original Donkey Kong, and then Donkey Kong Jr. or some shit. It's another one of those getting theories. It turned out to be bullshit, I think.
So I never knew it was just a theory.
I think so, anyway. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. Yeah, actually, kind of going back to it, some of the levels I actually find kind of enjoyable. Like, it's not the worst, it's just very strange. Like, I don't actually know.
When you said like you don't like it, but you want to like Sonic Lost World, that's pretty much how, because I haven't really played it properly. That's how I feel. It looks like something I want to like.
Yeah, it is a really good looking game, and like if they actually, didn't put all these really weird, like cheap level designs and stuff. I think it would have been a really good game. And if they didn't try to make it too Mario-y, in some ways, it feels like it's trying to be too Mario-y. So it's actually better to play if you slow down rather than if you try to speedrun it. If you try to speedrun it, that's when it kind of falls apart. So yeah, if you try to play it a bit more like a Mario game, it feels a lot better, weirdly enough. So yeah, strange. And I still think the wisps suck in this game. Like they just don't work very well. I mean, luckily that's another one of those games where they actually like patched it over time, because originally when the game first came out, this was long before I actually got the game, but apparently you couldn't get life from getting 100 rings originally. So life was actually really difficult to get. So they actually ended up patching in the ability to get life after that.
You have to jump on a turtle shell.
In the corner,
Get it stuck,
Get a motor bug in the corner and just bounce on it.
I did that on the new Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, you
it's
can
so
do
easy
on
to
that
do
as
that
well.
on that game.
Yeah.
It's actually just a wall and then
it's like, hey, remember this? Now you can just do it all the time.
See, I never really thought of that when I was a kid.
No, a lot of people didn't, but
you hear about other people and they're like, look at this trick, and you're like, oh my god,
I played it for 500 hours and found this.
Or I just went on
in
the
a weird
internet
American
for 5
accent for
seconds.
some reason.
Yeah, that was like, I played this for 500 hours.
I've been playing too much time with no name. I checked the drawer.
I played
and
more
found.
Yep. More people need to watch the fourth part, by the way. It's got like 20 views. And people please watch at least the end of that, because we put a lot of work into that ending.
I watched the fourth.
It's kind of nightmare fuel, but it's very, very good. Just the mouths. It's like you can tell it's a real mouth, but it's also like...
Yeah.
And
occasionally, at one point it sort of glitches a little bit, and you can still see... I'm going to spoil it now, but that's actually Stacey's mouth from the start. She did all the lip thing. And what I had to do is I had to pure black and white it, and then I had to paint around her nose and the rest of her face to get rid of everything but the mouth. But occasionally her nose comes back in. I actually had to like move her mouth around to make sure it stayed in the centre and didn't like clip out. But at one point you see a bit of her nose come back on the pebbles. It's really funny. But I kind of left it that way because I thought it didn't matter.
It's just one of them that's like, I can't even do the face. It's got like the bottom teeth.
Yeah. The meowing one.
Yeah. It's very good. I liked it.
So yeah, I mainly played a very little bit of Sonic Lost World, and that was it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Alright. Cool.
Yeah, it's like it's a game I want to play through, because I think I will like
if
it.
it comes out cheap, I think you should give it a go. It will frustrate you in places, but I think you will maybe enjoy it.
Okay.
Like I keep when I go into some of the levels now, I actually kind of, now that I actually understand how the game works. Like the first time I played it, I didn't know how everything worked. But once you've sort of learned all the weird quirks that the game's got, like you kind of, I don't know, I kind of liked it. I still love the graphic style of it. I still think it's probably one of the best.
Look nice.
One of the best looking. You know what I came up with the other day? Have you ever seen that really early Sonic concept art where it's like Sonic and a bunch of weird monster things, and there's like Eggman in like a bumblebee costume or some sort.
Oh, I think so.
The really, really early concept art. I think it's like one of the first. I kind of feel like this game is like what would happen if the Sonic franchise was that concept art. Like what it would be now evolved from that concept art. It's really strange because the game doesn't just have Bayonets in it. It's just got like these weird monster things in it as well that are just there. And like obviously the Deadly Six almost kind of look like they could have been like modern versions of some of those weird concept art monsters or something. It's weird, and the whole game's just got this really surreal sort of look to it. I mean, obviously it's got the Mario Galaxy like planetary stuff, but even beyond that, it still looks unique. Even compared to like Galaxy, it doesn't look like Mario Galaxy outside of the fact that it's got that gravity feature. But yeah, it's I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, the Mario Galaxy, people saying it looked like that kind of annoyed me.
Gameplay wise, in places it is very similar, but like, and then as I said, some of the bosses, like the Deadly Six, they're really cool character designs, but they're just Koopalins. Their bosses are just Koopalins. One of them is literally a boss from Mario 3 or Mario World. Sorry. So,
what the one in
the lava
bubble?
one? Yeah, no, the lava one with the seesaw thing.
Oh
yeah.
The one that you have to keep jumping on is really.
Yeah, it's basically the exact same boss.
The last boss of that game was probably the easier boss of Mario World.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm playing. Not a lot.
There's a character in Smash Brothers. The Koopalings.
Yeah,
all
I like
8
that.
of them.
Yeah, every single one of them, and baby Bowser Jr. Yeah.
And his
they're just alts, every single one.
Yeah, they're all just different colours.
I'm actually really looking forward to trying that character.
Oh, yeah, because you can have 8-player Smash, so you can have a game that's all 8 of them against each other. But what I want to know is, they very expertly penis teased the fact that Kid Koopa's, or Bowser Jr., whatever you want to call him, his final smash is Shadow Mario. He turns up and paints an X on the screen.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
But what about the rest of them? They can't all be Shadow Mario, can they? They must have their own.
They probably are, because they're just alts. They're not like...
They're not
like clone characters or anything.
But I don't know, I feel like that's just a little bit lazy. I feel like they should have done something for the others.
Yeah.
But
I get what you mean, yeah.
But he even has an attack where he lets out one of those little wind-up things.
Yeah, he does, from
awesome.
Mario World, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, then the wind-up people.
One of his taunts should be where Peach comes out and goes, "Help!"
Oh, yeah! It does in that game.
Like olive oil.
Yeah.
I always thought
that animation was hilarious.
Yeah, it's just
yeah, you're right. It's like an olive oil thing. Proper arms.
That's what I wonder about. Like Tom was saying, like, what happens when she goes back under?
Yeah, just
get right down. Get right down.
I'm sure everyone's fallen.
That's how Bowser Jr. was born. He does actually call her mum in Sunshine, doesn't he?
Yeah.
She's my meow.
No, Fury.
Fury. Yeah, I think Nintendo are actually sort of like playing with it, like just teasing people with that now, just going like deliberately playing with that.
She probably just laid an egg. 7 more of them and we're done.
Oh no! Have a gulp.
Oh no! The something's coming out of my nose.
It just goes in a perfect, straight, slow trajectory across. Bowser has to like catch the egg.
Okay, we should move.
They've actually had many
getting into deviant art fetishes now.
They've actually had many more children, but he just didn't manage to catch them all. Oh, sorry.
You're right. That is literally something you would see on deviant art. Like everything we've just said.
Yeah. In far too much detail.
Yeah, I've been playing quite a bit actually.
Cool. Well, join us next week.
I revisited Stalker because it's a great game.
Stalker.
Stalker. Shadow of Chernobyl. Great game. Very good.
Cool.
I'm trying to do I'm trying to do an all pistols playthrough because I'm really badass and
Haven't you done that before?
I didn't really put my heart and soul into it. I was like, I'll do all pistols. But there's this really cool long ranged, it's like a automatic sniper rifle with a muffler on it. which I always end up using by the end of the game because it's so broken. It's got like perfect accuracy, so you can hit someone from 5 million miles away. And pew!
Played it before, but I didn't play it from the heart. The pistol's in my heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but you know, you get loads of different pistols. So what I want to do is basically
The heart where simple messages come from.
believe in yourself,
There you go,
Tom,
you saved my
because
shit,
that's
Joe.
the way to start. It's fine. We'll edit it in post. What was I saying? Yeah,
You were saying, hey!
Well done. Canned laughter. Yeah, no. There's I think it's a Half-Life reference, but there's a dead guy, and I think he's called.
Is he half alive?
No, he's dead.
Freeman.
Yeah, I think he is actually
Morgan
called. I think he's just called Gordon, or he's just
Gordon,
called
yeah.
Freeman.
I called him Morgan.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
I didn't want to say it was a half-life. It was a good life.
Brooks was here.
Excellent.
That should be in more games as a little
It really
cameo.
should,
Yeah,
yeah.
just like small little bit in a wall somewhere.
If only, you know how arcades, like, you get on the leaderboard, you can only have like 3 letters. I wish you could have like full words, because I would just, Brooks was here on the leaderboards. Someone finishes Ghost Squad in the arcade and like, what?
Well, if you manage to precisely get first, second, third in order, you can sort of technically type it out.
Bro. Was hit.
Yeah. It took a lot of work and a lot of money.
And people probably wouldn't even notice it. You'd have to watch every person that finishes the game and go, look, this is Brooks was here. Yeah, go away, you're not funny.
Yeah, just put your score right in the middle there.
Yeah.
You ruined it.
No, this is Dick was here.
Right, 50 quid, let's get on with this. 3 hours later.
Anyway, so you find Morgan Freeman dead, and he's got a gun called Big Ben, which I think was in Half-Life. But it's just a really good pistol. It's like got maximum strength stat, so it's pretty much a one-hit kill, but it has very minimal accuracy. So you basically, it's a close quarters gun. So it completely, if you want it to, it can completely change your play style of the game. Because I think it uses rifle bullets, so you can actually find a fair amount of bullets for it. I think, don't quote me on that, it could just be those really big hollow.
So yeah, it's all about running in.
Yeah, which is great because it's basically all about getting headshots, which makes it much more of a sort of skill game. Like, because you can shoot them in the dick and they'll sort of stumble, go, oh, cheeky breaky. But it's better to just run in and get a headshot and kill them in one shot and look like a badass. So yeah, that's what I want to do. Just keep.
Oh, cheeky breaky.
Hey, study boat. Russia. Well, it's Ukraine, but yeah.
I love Stalker with the campfire guitar stuff.
Oh yeah, it gets to the point where I can't not stop and listen. You're like in the middle of a really important time-based mission. You just like do.
Oh no, that one. For me, it's all about the ding.
Yeah, brilliant game. Yeah, so I'm playing that. I also visited an old pal of mine on the weekend, and we played quite a bit. We played Metal Slug Collection on the Wii. We played about 3 or 4 of them, and I get higher scores than him because I've got more grenades, but I get more more
I'm
deaths.
curious, what controllers did you use for that?
GameCube.
Oh yeah, of course you can use GameCube on that, but you can't use classic controller on that collection for some reason. And you have to use
You
the
only
analog
need-
stick, I think. Can you use the D-pad on
I'm pretty
GameCube?
sure.
I
I'm
can't
pretty
remember,
sure I
because I
used
used
the
to have it
D-pad.
at one point. I just remember the controls being a bit funny on it. But
Yeah. But yeah, you only need 2 buttons anyway, so like you jump and shoot. So it's not too.
This,
Just the Wii mode,
Wii
yeah,
mode,
with
I think.
1 and 2, I think.
yeah,
instead of-
and I think you
Yeah, the old
programs
NES
or
setup.
something like that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
No,
3
you do need a
buttons,
third.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the bombs.
Oh,
Anyway.
yeah.
Playing that, great fun. I get high scores because I nick all the kills, and the items. But I get more deaths because I'm a bit too daring, and it's a game where
right forward.
yeah, basically
to the right of the screen.
glue yourself to the right of the screen and keep fucking dying. But yeah, it's the sort of game where it rewards you for being daring, but not too daring.
Yeah,
so it's like
definitely.
get in there and fuck them up, but you know, try and dodge anything ever.
Try and dodge.
Oh, it's so hard to dodge in
Just
that
one
game.
thing.
Look, come on. Here's a but no fucks. Fuck
It
it.
is really hard to avoid things in that game.
So just stop. Just go and play fucking. Oh.
Contra.
Go and play a game that you can win at. You shit. Anyway, yeah, so I played that. That was fun. And I played Boom Street or Itadaki Street, whatever you call it, and I fucking won. It's like a really hard Monopoly, and I don't often win. I was just happy because
That's what Monopoly does to you.
it does. Yeah, you get super repetitive, competitive, and it is a bit repetitive. But yeah, the thing is though, like with Itadaki Street, it's a much more sort of complex Monopoly because you can buy and sell stocks and stuff.
Complex, yeah.
So I actually won the game not from because I had the Monopoly on one street that no one ever fucking landed on. Not once did they land on my 700 gold property. They all just went through it. But I won anyway because I kept buying stocks and raising my stock prices. And yeah, I just ended up winning like that. So I was like, alright, hey.
How did they end up making a Monopoly game starring Mario and Dragon Ball characters?
I don't know, but it's awesome. Because I was playing.
Why Dragon Quest though?
That's
Why
like
not?
That's like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, isn't it? It's another crossover that you know. It's like, oh look, we made this massive crossover at the Olympic Games.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
look, we've done Dragon Quest and Mario in the Monopoly game.
Oh, it's a great game though.
I'm not saying they're bad games by any means, but just weird.
Yeah, it is very strange, and it's not the sort of game. Even Monopoly, to a point, you can sort of pick it up within sort of 10-15 minutes and explain it and play it. Give or take.
Yeah,
but Boom Street, you're just like, what is fucking happening? For like the first hour you play the game, you're just like, am I winning?
Daunting.
Am I losing?
Yeah.
But no, when you get it, it just clicks and you're just like, oh, I'm going to buy stocks in his area to raise his prices to fuck him over.
Who's obsessed with
yeah, they are.
The more complex, the better. Like Game of Life and all that kind of stuff. They love that stuff.
Yeah, but I've got to say, I don't know, it's more of a point of pride to ever win because it's such a hard game to win at.
Yeah.
It's more of a point of pride because it's so complex.
Yeah.
If it was a simple thing like, I don't know,
Snakes
and ladders. If you win Snakes and Ladders, you'd just be like, yeah, good
I roll that dice better than you.
I'll roll that dice way better than you. And I've got more grenades.
I've got more chance.
Yeah. I was trying to think more of a skill game, but yeah, Snakes and Ladders is just the first board game you think of. But you know, if you win at a simple game, you don't feel quite as godlike when you do win. So that's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
I've been playing. What else have I been playing?
Stalker.
Yeah.
Boomtown.
Boomtown. Boom Street, you'll find it's completely different.
I've been playing a bit.
Playing with your Willy.
Well.
Oh, not long.
Oh, he's getting a high score at that. I've been playing Morrowind again. But, like...
Morrowind.
You know how I sort of start carrying...
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Change the fucking record.
Throw a bin at your head. No, but, yeah. You know how I usually I play Morrowind, for about like 4 or 5 hours, and then I sort of just go away from it. Like I literally just.
A minute.
Well, no.
Go to the toilet and then you've had up for about.
No, it's just I've made about 1,000 characters and just made them, started them, got them to a point where I think, yeah, this is gonna be great, and then like, some another game, and I just forget about it for ages.
You've got all these abandoned characters.
I really have, yeah. No, I end up always
for
just
life,
sort
not just for Christmas.
Christmas. No, but you know, I usually just delete the old character and start again and go right, because it you know, you set out each character and it's not always the easiest thing to just jump straight back in and remember how you had it.
Yeah.
Like Makai Kingdom's really bad for that. You're like, right, who reincarnated when? Oh, what do I do?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
600 hours of
just jump back into.
Yeah, exactly.
I can imagine.
So yeah, I always start again. But this new character I've made, I've really jumped into, and I've been playing it all week, and he's a bit broken. I mean, I've never really delved into the world of making your own enchantments before because it's expensive
really
as
awkward
fucking
in Morrowind.
awkward. But yeah, I've started doing that, and I
The
made.
only way to do it well is to get what's his name stuff, isn't it?
Grand Soul Gems and Constant Effect.
Yeah, but it's
With
also
some,
the equipment you need to put it on. It's what's his
Exquisite clothing.
name? It's that and
Jewellery.
fucking
Daedric?
Daedric.
Yeah.
Has to be Daedric because that's got all the best enchantment. And Daedric stuff in Morrowind is a dick to find.
Well, again, it scales with level. So it's
Yeah.
like if you're level 60 onwards, then most enemies will have at least one piece of decent armour on them. Not always, but you know. Like you'll go into a random cave and someone will just pull out a Daedric Tower shield and
Yeah. You'd be like, oh, okay.
it's much better for that in Oblivion.
Oblivion's hilarious.
Yeah,
for
it
that.
gets to the point where everyone is like...
Everyone's got glass and you can just sell it for a fortune.
Yeah. But
And
yeah,
the shop system in Oblivion is just weird. Because it's like, you know, like the merchants don't run out of money. They always have like loads of money on them.
Yeah, as
Whereas
long
in
as
the
you...
other games they always run out to help balance it.
Yeah. Yeah, like a seller will have 3,000 gold. You'll sell him something worth 3,000 gold and then you can, without even exiting and coming back into the shop like you do in Morrowind to restock their items, you can just do it again and again and again and again. It's like, as long as you know, like, so this is 3,000, there you go. This is 3,000, there you go. And you can just, from one shop, you can come out 60 grand richer and just be like, see you later, boy. Still got 3 grand. I just wish there was a way to increase the shops in Oblivion as well, so that you could just exploit it even further.
Well, you can invest in Oblivion so you can get a little bit more money. And
I thought that was a Skyrim thing.
no, it's also in Oblivion.
Oh, that's cool.
It's to do with getting your skill up in Mercantile. Anyway,
Yeah.
just dragging on about Oblivion now.
Yeah, no, so I made a shirt of Constant Effect Levitate. So I could just, it's just a shirt that I wear that's all shiny, but I wear it under my armour.
Can you make one that's got lots of defence and call it an iron shirt, and then you can have in the description of it to chase the devil onto earth. I'm gonna put down an iron shirt and chase the devil. I'm consenting to outer space. Oh God!
I just about got it.
Come on!
You can't
when a joke falls that flat, it just feels horrible.
you can't make descriptions you can just make the item.
Oh, I thought you could.
This is a shirt I made, lols.
I'm gonna quote some old reggae song from the 90s and fail to make anyone laugh.
We're
laughing at you now.
I'm kind of half awake, so I'm not really...
Gosh. Yeah, so, you know, I can fly forever, which is nice.
Fly forever.
I made a robe that gives me night eye, which helps you
Fly
see in the dark,
space.
which you need in Morrowind, because
Yeah.
even at the highest brightening settings with all your curtains on lockdown, you still can't see anything.
Well,
in certain dungeons.
I've got the mods and it has realistic
Ooh, the
lighting.
mods, ooh.
So if you go in a cave with no lighting, you cannot see a thing. You have to have a source. And even your source of light is really crap, so you need night eye.
Like you carry one of those little bug lamps.
Yeah, and you literally can't see anything more than like 2 feet.
Look, an enemy creeps up behind you and just goes...
Well, I have literally had something like that where I shat myself, where I was in this cave and I was trying to see what I was doing, and literally I walk into one of those, those weird wizard things with like the Cthulhu faces. So I walk straight into one of those.
Oh, the Ascended Sleepers.
Yeah. I was like, where am I going? Where am I? You should see them in Dragonborn DLC.
Oh, they're in
Skyrim. They're freaking.
Well, House Dagoth comes back.
I think.
Because they're part of House Dagoth.
I
and
know.
they were supposed
I think
to be...
remnants of them are still around. Yeah.
Jeez.
Because you fight those things.
Isn't it set like 500 years later or something
Something
stupid?
like that. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, great job, Nerevar. Dickhead. The whole point of your character in Morrowind is to drive them out and, sort it all out.
And then they just come back in.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if
Oh,
there
someone
were
paid for me to come back.
I wouldn't be surprised if there were blight storms in Dragonborn. Because, you're supposed to get rid of them.
I think no, there are actually.
Oh, come on! So
basically,
they
you're
just call
paid
them
to
ash
bring
storms.
back everything that
Yeah.
Because basically-
get rid of.
Sorry.
So basically, because it's DLC, you're just paying to bring back everything that you have to get rid
Yeah,
of.
because the fans are like, where is it?
Where's this stuff you got rid of?
Blight storms are annoying.
Yeah, I think they're just called ash storms because basically it's like it's the island of Soulstone, but it's half covered in ash. Well, it's mostly covered in ash, so it looks really ugly now.
So Red Mountain must have just erupted.
It did, yeah.
Huh.
And it destroyed Morrowind. Well, rather than fell anyway. They said the mainlands were alright. But all of Ireland fell.
Even places like Vivek and Balmora are all like...
I found a book in Dragonborn that describes the how really quite well written describes the destruction. Is that someone who managed to escape Balmora just in time to watch you just get...
Oh!
Yeah, all of our favourite...
Just shitting on one of my favourite games.
Have you noticed how games do that nowadays? Like, they're to justify that their prequels are actually better and they're annoyed about it. They make, like, stories about how, they got fucked
Borderlands 2.
Yeah, Borderlands. I was
so
much in
stronger
Borderlands.
than the old characters.
Yeah.
They always go like, yeah, well, everyone in Borderlands 1 was pussy and they all got killed. So.
You were showing us earlier in GTA 5 and they sort of
Yeah.
did the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that character that you love? Oh, fucking
Stamp on him.
There we go. That character that you really love, we're just going to make him die pathetically.
Yeah, we're not going to say who though, so it's not really a spoiler.
Yeah.
That's minor. You can say someone came back and died.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like someone I really like. I can load up GTA 4 and show you how much of a badass he is, and it's just straight
So
to
now
that.
we know he's from GTA 4.
That narrows it down.
Oh, poor Nico.
Oh.
If they killed Nico, there would be riots.
Indeed.
Riots of angry fat people like me going,
Okay.
no, Nico wouldn't die.
Nico's from nondescript Russian country. You wouldn't be able to kill him. He'd use all of his country's martial arts and military training to beat you down. Let's drink vodka, probably. It's not Nico. Cabbage.
Just cabbage. Okay, so
Just drink cabbage.
you've played Morrowind.
Yep.
And the
Morrowind.
other stuff you mentioned.
Morrowind, Stalker. I've been playing a lot of Smash Bros because I'm getting ready.
Smash Bros.
Smash Bros.
Z.
Smash Bros.
Yeah. I've been playing the better one, which is Brawl sucks. But well, I wouldn't be able to play Brawl if I wanted to because I haven't got a Wii. Should we get a Wii? They're only cheap now, aren't
They are really cheap.
And they're great.
they? Alright, Tony. I really want to get a Wii U, but it's, money.
We were in Lidl the other day and I saw some Frosted Flakes. They tried to do a character that looks like Tony. And I just went, they're acceptable.
They're not as good. They're cheap, so sharp.
Oh, anyways. So yeah, anything else you've been playing? Sucker fool?
Sucker bitch fool.
Sucker bitch fool?
No, not really. I haven't really been playing Borderlands since, and I haven't completed the second story yet, so I need to get on with that.
What? Oh, that playthrough too?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I can confirm, in case you probably already know, but you do get to carry over your badass rank.
No, you don't.
You do.
You don't.
I've got a screenshot to show.
Well, you don't.
If you have data from Borderlands 1, you get stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you have data from Borderlands 2, you get stuff, including badass rank. And if you have data from both, you get even more stuff.
Well, yeah, you get some badass rank given to you. I got 100 badass rank for having...
Really?
Yeah. I know, it's pathetic.
Not like the actual bad.
100 badass rank takes no time at all to
I
get.
know. You get like 5
Yeah,
tokens
it is
because it's like
some,
your
yeah.
starting
That's
thing.
it.
Yep.
You only get a bit better.
It's because they kind of changed the system slightly. It's exactly the same system, but you get ranks, which like I don't know. I think it's every sort of 5 times you fill the bar to get tokens. You know, so every 5 tokens you get a new rank, and it gives you a different little picture next to your name.
Oh, that's
So I think that's how people sort of determine what rank you are, because they'll look at your character and see like a picture of a dagger and it's like, oh, you're a Gagaman, you are. I don't know if it's random or if it does.
Bursting off my views up here. I don't know.
The only one who could ever stab me was the son of a Daggerman. Brilliant.
We all need to go to bed and stop.
Anyway, that's
jokes.
what I've been playing, and that last one was what I've not been playing.
What I need to get back
Yeah.
to.
Well, I need to finish.
Yeah.
I want to get the Handsome Jack DLC as well.
Yeah,
They brought out a Handsome Jack DLC, the Doppelganger, and you can play as him. And his action skill is 2 more Doppelgangers. So even his Doppelgangers have Doppelgangers.
Ow. Ow. Doppelganger.
Doppelgangers. Brilliant. Alright, that's all the
You
memes.
can tell we're all tired because this podcast.
Well, you're tired, I'm fine.
Oh,
You
I'm fine.
You guys are all...
Oh, I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. I'm ready to learn and laugh and play. Let's all just get on with each other. End transmission. This is terrible. This is awful podcast.
Well, I've been the Gagaman.
Yep.
And the
He
other
has.
2 are here, I suppose.
I mean, Murry Curry.
I'm Flat the Younger.
Okay. It's like you're just embarrassed to be a part of this. I'm flat. Do I have to?
I'm not here, I don't exist.
Oh, this is just for the inquiry.
Alright.
Okay.
If you've managed to get to this point, thanks
Well
for
done.
listening.
Well
Well,
done.
done.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah. See you later.
Bye.
Oh god, what was that?